Hello everyone, I'm the lecturer Diana. Today, the topic of our lesson is Love and Luck, a legend about the origin of Li ethnic group. Hello, a little puppet. Why there is a pair of antlers on my head after a sleep? Does it relate to my identification? Look, there is a lifeboat in Sanya City. Let's travel in it and find out the truth. Here is the outline today. Part 1 is the knowledge about Sanya City and the statue. Part 2 is the love legend, the deer turning her head. Part 3 is the hidden cultural connotations about the legend. Part 4 is the modern development of the tourist attraction. Part 5 is the summary and small task. Now let's come to part 1, some basic knowledge about Sanya City and the statue. Here is a question for you. Do you know which city's nickname is connected with deer? Yes, it's Sanya City. Sanya is called Lucheng because it has a famous statue of the beautiful legend, the deer turning her head. Now, let's look at the picture of the statue. When look at the statue, you may be curious about who is the girl and the deer. What relationship do they have? Why do they standing together? Are they friends, enemies, or... Now, let's watch a video and learn something about the beautiful love legend. In the story, the handsome young hunter from Li ethnic group chased the sloping deer for quite a long time until there was no way to go. However, at this time, the young hunter decided not to kill the deer. Suddenly, the deer turned into a beautiful deer fairy. In the end of the story, they got married and settled down, living a happy life. Here is a brief introduction about the story. If it is necessary, you can pause and look through it. Now let's come to part 3, the hidden cultural connotations about the legend. After enjoying the beautiful legend, please think about the following questions. 1. What emotion does the legend convey, like the young hunter and the Li people? 2. What cultural connotations can you learn from this legend? 3. What is the art characteristics of the legend? Please press the pause key and think about the questions. Okay, I believe that most of you have formed your own ideas, and here are some answers summarized by the professional materials. It doesn't mean that your answer is wrong if it is not in my PowerPoint. Remember that thinking is what we encourage. Now, let's look at some suggested answers. When it comes to the emotions, let's think about the first point. Do you still remember how the hunter fell in love with the deer? Yes, that is because the hunter let the deer go in his kind heart, and suddenly the deer turned into a fairy. In the end, they lived together happily. So the legend showed the young hunter's deep and true love to the deer fairy. And the second point, we have known that Chinese people are introverted and usually show their emotions by something else. So are the Li people. So the legend also shows the beautiful vision and imagination of Li people. It is such vision that has become the ideal support and inexhaustible power in people's life. Now let's come to the cultural connotations. For the young hunter, the legend plays his moving forward indomitably like a hero. Here I want to ask you, do you want to be a hero and save the world just like the Superman? I think most answers are probably yes. And for the deer fairy, the legend prays her taking the adventure in the human world with great courage. Just imagine, if you are the deer fairy, are you brave enough to take the adventure to human world by yourself? And what will you think of when we think about deer? Yes, we usually think of their beautiful and big eyes, angel leaping. So here, deer is a symbol of freedom. It expresses the equality of deer and people, and the compassion of the hunter is a display of human fraternity. The deer turning her head expresses the rustic and beautiful Li culture and the common values of humankind for thousands of years, like freedom, equality, and finality. When we come to the art characteristics, the legend, the deer turning her head, has a beautiful moving style, as well as fresh and healthy content. The whole decorated with magnificent and legendary romantic color, which has a great artistic charm. So the story is really interesting, isn't it? And rich imagination of the plot is one of the main artistic features of the legend. The arrangement of this series of plots, ups and downs, twists and turns. Honestly speaking, can you guess the end of the story at the first time? I think the answer is probably no. But it is reasonable, isn't it? So, the novel is credible, making people feel both unexpected and reasonable. The story produced a strong artistic appeal. Okay, now let's come to part 4, the modern development of the tourist attraction. We have known that the statue represents such a beautiful legend and colorful meaning. It is the cultural treasure of Sanya City. And what is the legend's development and utilization situation nowadays? Come and see following the steps of the little puppy. In terms of cultural activity, if you go to there now, you can participate in a variety of cultural activity besides enjoying the present scenery. Here are some examples. The first one is the photo spot named Falling in Love at the First Sight. If you want to take a close photo with Bonny's Island, there are professional photography staff in their back. Just with a ticket at the second post viewing platform, you will be customized according to your needs. As for me, I just want to ask, if I take a photo here, can I miss my sweetheart? And the next one is the sand painting in bottle named A World in a Grain of Sand. Sand painting is a kind of sand art inside the bottle. It combines with modern painting style and sand painting art forms. During visiting the Sydney spot, tourists can complete a beautiful work of art. And this is the intangible cultural heritage, Chinese interior painting. The painting is to make the meticulous and elegant picture by a special deformed fine pen in a pot billet made by glass, crystal, amber, and other materials. Like sand painting, tourists can draw in the Sydney area during the rest time. It's really incredible, isn't it? In addition to the 3 regular activities in the Sydney spots mentioned above, it will also carry out various forms of activities to attract citizens and tourists from time to time, such as the study tour for primary and secondary school students, mountaineering and running activities, theme shows, New Year parties, hip-hop competitions, and so on. What deserves to be mentioned is that, in 2020, the first cultural and creative souvenir sales store, Time in Deer City, grandly opened. It takes the love story as the framework, the local culture as the support, and the deer carving as the mark. All the souvenirs, like the bags, decorative items, little friends, are characterized as the cute deer friends. Do you want to buy one? Here are some pictures. Let's enjoy them together. Here is the bag. the dear lantern, the dear camera, and the dear little fans. It's really cute. Do you like them? Okay, now let's come to the summary and small task. In this class, we have learned the love legend of Li people, its hidden cultural connotations, and the modern development situations. And we also know who the deer is. Actually, every nation shares the same natural instincts. They all show their enthusiasm to life and pursuit for beauty, usually in the form of literature, especially for ancient people. The specific stories may differ from the sake of different living conditions, like different climate conditions, cultural backgrounds, etc. But all stories lead to some common emotions. So, here is a task for you. Think about whether there are some famous legends in your nation which can express your nation's moral value, life attitude, or something else. Post it on the Padlet and we will share it with others later in the activity class. Here is the platform entrance. You can choose to scan the code or address this website. See you in the activity class.
The limit of the sky, the horn of the sea. Color outlines unique urban aesthetics. Nature, humanity, livelihoods, the economy, all are profound. Where the sea and sky collide most vividly depicts the development of modern China. Where the eye lingers, it's always vibrant. Where the heart goes, it is always exceptional. Millions of years ago, orogenic movements formed Sanya's rich landscapes and exotic scenery, where mountains, seas, and rivers all meet to sketch out a romantic horizon from a dream. The monsoon wind of perfect latitude blows into the ocean and generates a pleasant climate. It also gives Sanya with vegetation and animal life. The city breathes through its green lungs, the rainforest. Sanya is not only proud of its landscape, but also its time-honored history. The spark of civilization was lit here, in the Lobi Cave, thousands of years ago. Throughout the dynasties, legendary guests came from afar, where civilizations collide and merge. Built into the pulse of Sanya, baptized by time, flowing until now. Today, relics of the past have stood the test of time, representing the bygone and reflecting the present. Wander deep into the streets and feel the everyday joy of Sanya. Here, the people, the life-loving ones, are the best scenery. Life in Sanya is bliss. Delicacy runs through Sanya's day and night. Every meal is a feast on the tip of the tongue. Life in Sanya is cozy. Civic parks and public spaces dot the city. Transportation networks extend from the sky to the sea. Citywide healthcare safeguards everyone. Authentic towns, a beautiful countryside fit for both living and trading, opening new possibilities for its villages, its residents. Living in Sanya, everyone is motivated to love, forge ahead, and step forward together with the city. Here, there are more than 20 million tourist arrivals every year. Here, the city's vast consumption potential has led to a rise in the service industry. Here, the spirit of the city is ignited. New routes are opened, international sporting events are held, and performances are staged. With the goal of building a core international tourism consumer center, Sanya is open to the world. The capital continues to flourish the market, creating countless opportunities. More industries are poised to take off, building a vast industrial matrix. Economic headquarters and central business districts. Yazhou Science and Technology City, Haitang Bay National Seashore Holiday Park, Internet Information Industry Park, Phoenix Island Cruise Yacht Industry Park. Sanya is a city of the future in the making. Big data and cloud computing drive technology to propel intelligent manufacturing through a digital revolution. The Silicon Valley of the seed industry has merged together with a tropical and efficient agriculture to become Sanya's trademark. As to the pace of exploration into the deep sea, what's hidden 4,000 meters under the water? Probing deep into this blue area to accumulate infinite energy for maritime power. Sanya is forging into a smart city. When the tide whirls away the noise of the day, the light of a new morning shines into people's hearts. This captivating image of the city, always growing, always enriching, always filled with opportunities, always embracing everyone. Sanya, always exceptional.